Hello there, Bic Benedict here. We're playing God of War 1 on God difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough. We are currently on part 42, Oracle's Temple Destroyed, and I really don't want to be here, quite honestly, because it's kind of bittersweet. None of these fights are required. You don't have to do them, and we're going to see some old favorites on this particular part for the walkthrough, and I'm going to. It looks like I'm going to be using my Artemis blade, and you'll see that a little bit on the parts that follow. I'm going to be using the Artemis blade. So it starts out as I think it's like a light purple, and then it gets a little darker, and then it turns red. It's really cool to have it red. This is going to be a no damage video. The following three parts will be the boss fights, with the next one being Ares 1, and then the clones, and then Ares 2. For rather selfish reasons, I don't think that the clones should be in God of War 1. And I say selfish because it's very selfish. I just have a hard time beating the clones on a no upgrade run, and I wish they weren't in the game so I could complete my no upgrade run. And hell, maybe someday I can do it, but at this current time I can't. And I've been under the surface, I've been pretty jaded about the walkthrough, and having to remaster my original guide. Because I would just as soon do the no upgrade run, but I can't do it. So I have to be humble about it and just state the truth of the matter. I can't do it. So, and it's hard. It's very hard to say that, but what can I do? I can't do it. So I have to just move on and do what I can do. But we've got some good shit coming up for you guys, though. Trust me. Ares 1 is really difficult. I mean, even with maxed out weapons, he still takes a long time to beat. So, I at this time I haven't done the fight, so I can't say how I'm going to handle him. But one of the things that because my guide, the previous guide that I made, is gone now. I deleted all the videos, but if you did see the video of Ares 1 when I did it back in 2013, I completely, I instantly activated the rage, and I used all the magic, and I didn't even do the fight. So I'm telling you, be careful with what you see at first when you play games, and if you're trying to do difficult things, because at first it looks like you can't survive at all in the Ares arena. Well, I'm just going to speak for myself, because who else can I speak for? I just when I saw it at first, I just didn't think it was possible to do anything with that fight except just spam magic and use all the iframes I could, and just protect myself as best as I could so I could survive and move on to the clones. Anyway, you do get a checkpoint over here, by the way. But I'm glad to know that I'm much better than I was. And I'm not saying that because I'm glad that I'm really good, and I can, say that I'm good, and I know that I'm good, and people can, say, oh, please, can I have your skills and stuff like that. Guys, if I had any skills to give, I would give them to you. I don't have any, hardly. I mean, what I've learned from the masters. And if you're curious about who those people are, look in my recommended channels and you'll find them. There's two in particular. One starts with T, the other starts with S. But I'm glad that I am better, because it makes me realize that I can do things that I formerly thought that I couldn't do, and I think that's a large look at that fucking grab. Fix the fucking grab, man. What's wrong with this goddamn game? I love this game, guys. I really do. I think it's terrific. But I'm glad that I can come to the the realization that I could do a little bit better, and that's what all these remastered projects are. I'm just cleaning them up and doing better. I only took damage a couple of times on this walkthrough, and I'm proud of that. Anyway, when you get in here, if you observe over here, these enemies are already spawned into the environment, but they're not aggroed. Look at this troll setup. Can't believe I didn't take damage. See, when you're throwing the enemy, they can actually interrupt you, so you don't have all the iframes you think you might have. So I charged that group first because I want to make sure that I don't take damage there, and then these guys over here I can easily take damage. You know what, it would have been really nice? I think I would have liked forced fights over here and larger scale battles over here, and I don't know. This could have been like a loom chamber sort of thing, but we're just heading on over here to the boss. It's funny. There's hardly any bosses in this game, and it's just like the 2018 version. There's hardly any bosses in that game too. But I'm telling you guys, the praise that this new God of War game got, the one that came out back in April of this year, 2018. It's a good game. It's a great game. But the people that like it most are not the aficionados that go back and play these types of games. And there probably are a few people like that, but the main people who like the new God of War are people who are estranged from the franchise and haven't played it and are more like Dark Souls players. I mean, this game, why turn it into Dark Souls? This isn't Dark Souls. This game had its own identity, and then it moved to this Dark Souls type of shit. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. But all I do know is that we've got some tough shit ahead. And even though you've got maxed out weapons, you've got to run past this every time. There's a piece of shit on the ground. If she would just get out of our way, we can go a little bit faster. Yeah. Just move on past this sack of shit and head on over to the boss fight, and I'll take you through it. There's a couple of chests down here. I'm sure they give you a lot of stuff. And that is it. Part 42, the Oracle's Temple destroyed. I will see you in the final battle. Please take care.